ringside seats.
And now it's time for the tale of the tape. So here is Saul Canelo Alvarez. He's 172 centimeters tall with a reach of 179. Saul Canelo Alvarez, the Mexican legend, the middleweight, the super middleweight, the light heavyweight who fights out of Guadalajara, Mexico. It's the Mexican monster, David Benavidez. This guy was sparring with world champions like Triple G at just 15 years old and holding his own. In fact, he turned pro at the age of 16 years old.
Todd, can you spot the reach difference? Can you spot it? Look at that.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, here is Mexico's first ever undisputed world champion and renowned star of boxing. Here is a 4-division world champion and an undisputed super middleweight champion of the world, Saul Canelo Alvarez. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Phoenix, Arizona, an all-action, exciting 2-division champion of the world, known as the Mexican Monster, David Benavidez.
So much hype surrounding this big matchup. Can't wait to see what goes down when the opening bell rings.
Todd, it's one of my favorite venues. You can't get a better place to fight.
No doubt about it, this was the hottest ticket in town by a country mile. Every seat has been sold. We're expecting an all-action slugfest. Exclusively going to the head. Let's see if that pays dividends. There's a counter shot. They stop the hook there. That counter shot lands. A lot of trash talk between these two fighters. Now it's time to put up or shut up.
Can you imagine walking into this, Todd? Walking into an arena with such noise, people chanting your name. You can't even hear your cornerman whisper in your ear. I've been in situations like that where it can be terrorizing if you haven't got your wits about it.
Tell who's stronger and who's faster. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Good defense on that counter. Two fighters are made for one another. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. How about Alvarez in that last round? Well, there was no doubt about who won that round. What do we expect to see here in round 2? That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Counterfighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
That counter shot lands. The bravery being shown here is just incredible. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
How about that time counter shot? Couldn't land that jab. Nice counter. Is he going to punch himself out, though? The Mexican monster's in trouble. And it appears they're out of trouble, at least for now. But that just goes to show you one clean punch changes everything.
Defense, defense, defense is everything.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talking about Alvarez in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough. Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Good counter punching. Shot. Missing with the hook. And he walked right into that right hand. Good counter punch. Close round with 10 seconds to go. We've never seen Canelo in this sort of trouble. Talking about Alvarez in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
He's gonna be confident. Good work, that's it. Now breathe, breathe. Just get your breath back. Come on the end of your jab. And you start getting...
Here we go to the 4th round. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Beautiful counter punch. They won't give us a second to catch our breath. You're a power puncher. You're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Canelo Alvarez just got rocked in a big way. A true champion knows how to get out of trouble after they got into trouble, and it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What will they do? What will they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Big whiff with the right hook. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecard. Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
The straight right just misses. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fights like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out of there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Oh my word, Canelo just got clipped. Don't see a knockdown.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Canelo in serious jeopardy here, going to the canvas. We almost saw a knockout a second ago, and now they're going toe-to-toe.
Bean Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to... There's the bell to start round 6. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Got his gloves up to block the left jab. A lot of effort being exerted here. A perfect counter shot. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Digging deep to the body. That left-handed jab doesn't quite score. Nice job blocking the left hook. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk Talk about Alvarez in that last round. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it. Here comes round 7. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you're there and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Big, heavy blow, and Saul is down. And you can see here his face basically melts into his glove, and down he goes.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
Well, they're back on their feet right now, Johnny. Do they go toe for toe, or do they play defense here?
Somebody can smell blood here. They can smell blood. They've got to be smart. Get in there. Then boom, back in the same spot again. It happened once. You got away with it. You can do it again.
We're at the halfway point. There's no doubt who's won this round so far.
Perfect game plan. The thing is, can anybody figure out what to do to change this? It's a perfect start.
What heart, what desire, but at what cost? He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. It's been all one-way traffic with just 10 seconds to go in the round. Talk about Alvarez in that last round. It's not over till it's over, but that knockdown is going to be huge.
You've been put down. You've got to think right, survive, and then give it back the next round.
Now listen, kid, great work, great work. I love that. I love that. The jab slick. It's your focus back at that jab.
Round 8, and we're off again. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting...
Big shot, and Alvarez is on the canvas. And he dropped him. The perfect sniper shot. Let's watch it again one more time.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You are right.
They got knocked down, but didn't stay down. Once again, showing you how much grit and courage this fighter has.
He's up.
Down goes Benavidez. Let's watch this again. He set it up perfectly and knocked him down.
A shot from the gods took him out.
So they're back on their feet, but let's see how much they have left in the tank.
That is a show of character. When you're put down, your ego's hurt, your chin's hurt, your body's hurting, and you've got to get up, suck it up, and think, right, I'm back in the game again. It's so hard for a fighter.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Nice defense there, blocking the hook. Good defense there to stop that hook. very competitive round with 10 seconds left. And it's survival time for David Benavidez. Some might have thought it was a little bit closer, but in the end, the referees are in a unanimous agreement.
They've done it before, now they're doing it again, and look what's happened. A unanimous decision. What a way, what tactics.